So if you join now, I can get you now, I think. Koti show where you are in now. Did you click on the how did you join with the email I sent? All right. Yes. Now you are in. I can see the handsome face now. No, sorry, because I was still on the phone. I can see the handsome face now. Can you hear me? But I can't hear you. You are muted. You are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can see the handsome face.
Good. Let me see. Let me close WhatsApp.
Good. Not turning the budget is turning.
Let me see if I can
download the materials.
Open Power BI. Okay.
Welcome, Nathaniel. Welcome.
Yes, good evening, sirs.
Good evening.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah.
Let's see.
Thank you for joining us. All right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen. So it means you have the right to share. Good.
Okay, let me stop that share. Let me share something else. Share.
Yep, I can see the slide.
Which I can't see. Where are you? Okay. Okay, let me stop the share. Okay, I think we're ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
Did you receive the data files?
I can see them on WhatsApp. So I'm just loading my WhatsApp and to download and send. At least have it there. When people join, I can drop it in their. Hi, Mohammed. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Great, fine. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Waiting for a minute for people to join. All right.
This thing on? Hey, I want.
You can start sharing the data sets. Let people who have joined start dumping and putting it on their systems.
Okay.
Just for the ticket, you got the power to change the world. You're unstoppable. Go in my name and shine your light. And you'll sing the victory song. Oh, oh. No, I'll never live. Never let you down. Every time you call me, I'll be there.
Okay, I think we can kick off.
I need to go to, it's not letting me to share file. It's too like a problem.
Or do you want to send them an email?
I'm just trying to look at that because it's not giving me the option. So I'm trying to do.
I mean, while you're trying to figure that out, let me at least, let me have a quick chat with our attendees today. Just a brief introduction, So
Well, I'm going to sit to introduce you. Don't worry.
no, it's 4 o'clock. By 5, we're out of here.
Only 4.
By 5, we're out of here. So
Oh, hold on. Let me start then. Let me start. I will send to them. Yeah. I will send to them. All right. So welcome everybody. Welcome to this session of using Power BI. This particular event is organized by The Bridge, and The Bridge is a charity in the UK that is run a series of intervention projects to help people of different categories. But in this particular one is our employability session, in which we're interested in helping you scale up, retool, reskill, get new skill that will position you well, even in the current marketplace, in this current changing world. Now, the Bridge as an organization, we've been running an employability, Role is laughing, we've been running an employability session for the past 4 years. And in the space of the past 4 years, we've supported over 870 people. 870 people have been supported. And out of those 870 people, more than, at least I can say confidently, 85% people have found employment. And so we believe that we are doing something right. And this is one of our efforts to ensure that we help people get back into employment by providing this training. And today we have a facilitator, one of us who is diverse experience as an engineer and in various things that he's been successfully doing. And now today he will be anchoring this aspect of the Power BI subsequent Saturdays that we are meeting. So I'd like to welcome our guest today, our facilitator, Engineer Leye Olumide.
Thank you, Dr. Shola, for having me. Yes, like you guys must have noticed, I'm very, very mindful of time. We have barely, 56 minutes, for this session. This is just a gentle introduction, to Power BI. Gentle being the operative word, because we practically have, if you look at it, 3 hours, 3, Saturdays in January to get to grips, with Power BI. We have about 14 people. So if you guys can just take the next 5 seconds each, pretty much your name and, in just one line, what do you want to get out of this course? And, that's it. So let's start with Nathaniel.
Yes, good evening, everyone, and thank you for organizing this program. So the essence of joining is just to learn how to use Power BI for proper visualization, and also to further enhance my understanding and how to use some of the functionalities involved in using Power BI. Thank you.
Splendid, Nathaniel.
Yes.
Mohammed.
Thank you very much for having me here again. The essence of me being here is, one is to educate from your part and learn, especially these skills. This is my first time this is my first time coming across such skills from your end that taught here. So all I need is to learn from the platform.
Splendid. Before I go to Mr. Adegoke, Dr. Shola Ajide, have you sent everybody an email with the data files we'll be using today?
I sent an email out to everyone.
Okay, so all of you, while we're having this very, 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 very quick intro, go to your inbox and download all the CSV files, onto your laptop, desktop, whatever medium you're using to watch or to facilitate this course. So I'm hoping by the time we go around, we'll be ready to pretty much, get our hands dirty. Chigozie, how you doing? Let's hear from you. 10 seconds. Okay, Chigozie is probably watching. No, apologies. Mr. Adegoke.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I read about Power BI, so not really sure what is it all about. Basically, yes, I've used some tools, but from the word of mouth, I've learned that it's more or less like a more powerful tool than Excel, which I've been versatile with Excel before. So I want to know more about what Power BI can do. Thank you.
Splendid. Raymond, can we hear from you?
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm just interested to see what Power BI is and just to learn, just to upskill.
Okay, splendid. Mr. Olalekan Oyewumi. If Mr. Olalekan is watching the Premiership football, we'll talk to Mr. Sehubo Akinyomi.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm here to learn much about Power BI. I've been hearing so much about this, but this is my first opportunity to learn things about it. So I'm here to learn.
Okay, splendid. Ade, very quickly.
Hi, thanks, Brale. My name is Ade Tunji Additional, and Power BI seems to be the buzzword, right now in the office. And as soon as I saw this, I thought, the most timely of invitations. So that's why I'm here, see what it contains or what it entails.
Splendid. Is this Michelle Sofumiari? Okay. How about Mr. Omoni?
Yeah, thank you for having me. So I am on this platform to learn much more about Power BI in relation to product designing and UX design, with having to do user research and the analysis behind that.
Splendid. Have we all received the files from Dr. Shalajide? Please check your inbox.
I think from the message received, is basically about how to download the video to watch and the Zoom joining link.
No, sir. I think he sent this just.
Just check it now.
Now, okay.
Check now.
I will check now. Okay.
Please check very
now,
quickly.
please.
Mr. Charles Shield.
Yeah. It just came in. It just came in on my part.
Okay. Has Mr. Charles Shield introduced himself? Okay, Charles.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
So my name is Charles Shield, and I'm excited to be here. And seems like most of the application I see online, one of the requirements includes a Power BI. So I'm here to learn. I'm very happy to be part of this group.
Splendid. Mr. Emmanuel, let's hear from you. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel is muted. Olufemi Oladipo, have we heard from you?
Okay, not yet. Thank you, sir. My name is Oladipo Olufemi. For me, I want to learn how to use it for proper analysis and presentation, especially where I have to analyze big data. I've heard a lot about it, but I've not had relevant experience and training like this. So I'm really looking forward to becoming better after this training. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Olu, can we hear from you?
Thank you very much. Well, I have learned about this course and I work a lot with data, being able to use it to visualize and, in terms of the kind of stakeholders I work with will be very useful. Thank you.
Okay, looks like we've heard from everybody, but if for any reason, you haven't introduced yourself, please, you have the next 10 seconds to do that. Just unmute yourself and just go for it. Because
okay, everyone, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Manuel.
Yeah, thank you so much for this platform. Yeah, so I'm here to learn Power BI. I've heard about it and I've seen the interface before. I know it's for data visualization, but I need to understand how it works and get better at it. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Thank you so much.
Okay. One more time. I'll come to you, Mr. Shehubo. Do we all have the data files now?
It's already in their inbox, so they should check their email box. Is the one they use to
Please,
sign
everybody,
up.
go to your inbox.
Yes. I have the data files.
Okay. It is imperative you download those data files to your machine before we kick off. Please, if you don't have it, just let me know.
Okay, can I go ahead and introduce myself?
Please go ahead. Thank you very much.
All right, my name is Chigozie, and I received this link yesterday from a group chat that I belong to, and I quickly wanted to take the opportunity because I'm interested in scaling or upskilling to a data science role. So that's basically why I'm interested, and I believe that this type of forum can help me a long way into what I want to achieve.
Okay.
So
splendid.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you all.
Splendid. Mr. Benjamin, I can tell, can we help you?
Good evening, everyone. My mission for being here is to upskill and improve my skill of data analysis, data visualization. I've been in sales and marketing, stroke strategy all my life, so I've been using data, but I discovered that I had younger guys doing some of these things for me before, and the time has come, especially where I now find myself here, that is a DIY environment, and that you need to be able to do these things for me to be able to get the right job. So my mission is very clear. Get expertise in all these tools and be able to switch your career.
Thank you very much, Mr. Benjamin. Thank you very much. Oluwapelumi, can we help me?
Good evening. Yeah, good evening. This is Belumi on the line. I'm sorry, I kind of was lost in the connection, so I just got connected again.
Okay, splendid. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Now, who is not using a dual monitor setup? Can I assume everybody is pretty much using a dual monitor setup?
I'm not.
Okay.
I use 49 inches. Is that okay?
Did you just say 49?
Yeah, 49 inches, Dell.
Okay, that's probably too big.
Okay.
I'm trying to set up my dual monitor now. So
okay, the major reason is, I want this to be, a do as I do scenario. That way it's not that you can relax, and watch us work, but I want it to be, do as I do. And that way, I think you retain more, and you get a flavor for it. We make mistakes together, we correct them together. That way we're able to tick the boxes. Now, can I assume everybody has the files, and please open up your Power BI now.
Relay, sorry, can I ask a quick question?
Yes, Adi.
Is this session been recorded, and will it be shared?
Dr. Sholajide, that's for you.
We will try and look into that. We'll try and look into that.
I think I can see the recording icon.
The fact that it's being recorded does not necessarily mean that organization-wise we want to, but we'll look into that.
Adi, there's something called data governance. Welcome to the world of data. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now, and let's see. Okay, can you see my Power BI interface, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, can I assume everybody has this? I mean, if you're opening Power BI for the very first time, you might see this in the background and maybe like a yellow, lime green, box. Is that the case with everybody?
Yes.
Okay, you can close that small yellow, lime green box so that you can see, exactly what we have here, depending on the version you have anyway. Okay, before we kick things in, I'd just like to run you guys through exactly what we're going to achieve in the next 45 minutes. Like I said, this is a very, very hands-on course. That's the whole strategy. So that at the end of the day, at least at the end of today, we would have ticked all those boxes. We would have known our way around the critical interfaces in Power BI, know how to bring in data of certain types into Power BI, know some critical views, do some data cleaning, extracting, transacting, do some things with the data, because most times, the data you get is really not in a clean form, as we say in the industry. So we're going to clean the data via, different tools available in Power BI. We're going to create relationships between, different tables, and ultimately get some nice visualizations as well. So that's the agenda for today. And if we can achieve that for day one, we're off to a good start. And it looks like pretty much everybody has had some interface, with Excel. Please, if you want to define Power BI, it's basically Excel on steroids. That's the way it is. Okay, sorry, a call was coming in. That's the way it is. That's why I'm going straight into the stuff. I'm not going to tell you the history of Power BI or whatever. We're going to go right in, get our hands dirty, and hopefully we'll have smooth sailing. Okay, if we are all here, can we see the get data button? Basically, what I'm trying to do right now is actually to bring in one of the files which I've sent to you into Power BI. So let's go to get data. Text CSV.
What I'm saying is the slides, not the.
Yes,
Let me stop sharing. Okay. Good catch. Good catch right there. Where is, yeah, let's go. Okay, can you see the Power BI now?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go here to get data. Text CSV. Now, the beauty of Power BI is, you can connect numerous, sources, different types, the web and databases, right? So again, that's also one of its market leading credentials. But in our case, we're connecting to flat files, CSVs. So if you think of CSVs in layman terms, you could call them Excel-like files, but that's not really what they are. CSV stands for comma separated variables. But click on the CSV, then go to where you stored the files you downloaded. The very first file I want you to bring in is sales 2017. If you have that, let me see. What do I have? PBI training. Oh, I think it's sales 2017, exactly. Can we see this preview of the file, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have another yes before I move on?
Yes.
Splendid. Now, anytime you're about to bring files into Power BI, it shows you a preview just to say, okay, this is what it's going to look like. Now, you can do pretty much two things. Either you load the file, which is being highlighted, or you transform the data. Now, looking at that file right now, does it look perfect? Does it seem like everything is in order? I can't hear you, sir.
No.
Okay, so we're going to transform the data. So click on transform the data. Okay, I'm using a dual screen setup. So what can you see? Can you see the data file, or can you just see the build visuals with your data? What can you see, please?
Build visuals with your data.
Okay, so let me share the. All right. Are we good now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we've brought in our file. Now we can do so many things. And for information purposes, where we are is called the query editor. This is where you will do the bulk of your data cleaning. If you look at the ribbons, the top, the columns you have, it reminds you like Excel, doesn't it? Obviously, it's a Microsoft product, so it's intended to be, if you're an Excel user, you should find this really, 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 really easy. You can take some time to go through just the columns. I mean, just click on it just to see we're going to come back to the home tab anyway, but go to transform, which we're going to be using a lot. Go to add column, view, tools. Just have a feel of it, you can scroll around the data. It's actually sales data. You can see different columns, maybe not yet. But very quickly, can somebody tell me what is wrong with this, let me use the lay term, spreadsheet. What do you think we can do to make it look neater and tidier?
I think it's not properly aligned, one, and then most especially the row that has the heading not properly done, because at the moment it has from a Z point of view, it has what we call the filter aspect, which I'm not really sure if we're going to edit that.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good, good point. Good point. Okay, let's
and
start.
Also, we have some missing data.
Okay. Yes, we have missing data. We have some blank rows too, right? Don't we?
Yes.
Then it looks like row 3 should be the header, right?
Yes.
Row 3 should be the.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, the aim
and
of
once your data types well defined, there are some dates that needs to be updated as a data type. Some numbers needs to be updated as either the normal one you use for the numbers. I can't remember it now.
Splendid. I mean, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. I don't want to complete that for you, but yes, fabulous. Now, the aim, what we're going to do together in the next 5 minutes is basically to tidy up and clean up this data. First of all, I think we can delete the first 2 rows, right? Can't we?
Yes.
Okay, so go to remove rows. Can you see that? Then remove top rows. Now, how many rows do we want to remove?
1, 3. Sorry.
I think it's 2.
2. Row 1, row 2. Yes.
2. Okay, so type 2 in there and okay, let's go. All done.
On it.
Okay, I think everybody should have done that by now. Now, the next thing is, I'm guessing you have the row that has the order ID, unique product ID, column 3. That's like your first row now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we want to make that row the header. Basically, we want to use the first row as the headers. And the makers of Power BI, they've made it very, very intuitive. There's actually a button for that. So if you click here, can you see where that is? Use first row as header. All done, guys.
Yes.
Is anybody not at this stage of phase right now? So what else can we do? How about we remove the blank rows?
Yes.
If you go to remove rows, remove blank rows. Click on that. So looks like we're getting somewhere. What can you tell me about rows 5, 6, and 7?
I think the order ID is meant to be unique, but they all have the same.
So we have duplicates, right?
Yes, sir.
So again, let's go another column, remove rows, then remove duplicates. And as you're clicking on it, just see what happens to, row 5, 6, and 7. Have we taken care of those duplicates?
All right. Yes.
All right. Look at row 2. It's not really telling us anything, is it? If you look at it very well, scroll to the right, it just says any. Any could be not applicable, not available. Basically, there's no data, in that row.
Yeah.
Okay, a good way to deal with that is, you see that filter icon next to the column name. Click on it.
Yes.
Right, now scroll. We're basically looking for that NA, because it should be there somewhere. If you scroll all the way to the end, uncheck it. Okay. Now you need to be a bit careful here, especially when you have NAs and blanks. Sometimes if you uncheck, right, there might be information in other columns that are relevant, right? So you just need to know exactly what you're doing. That's why if you look at row number 28, right? Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So even though we have an order ID, right? All the other columns have NA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe that's a candidate again because we can say, okay, the order ID doesn't really tell us nothing because this is really sales data, isn't it? So we can go to product ID, right? Uncheck NA there if you want. You can uncheck, yeah, uncheck NA there. Let's do that.
Could you go over that again, please?
Okay. It was I went to product ID.
Yes.
Right. I went to the filter. That's the icon right there.
Okay.
Then I unchecked NA.
Okay.
And you guys can go back to uncheck the blank one as well, because I'm looking at row 26 as well. It's blank and I'm looking at all the other values. I really can't see anything. So that doesn't need to be there. So just go back to that icon and that blank. Yeah, check blank. Okay. Are we all on the same page?
Yes.
Okay, very quickly, look at this column 3. Do we have any need for it?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so right click on that and remove.
Okay.
Look at this, scroll to the very end. How about promo bin 2, promo discount 2? Is he of any value?
To discard.
Promo bin.
Ruby 2, it's empty column.
Yeah, empty, yeah. And the promo discount 2, no. So you can click on promo bin 2, hold the shift key on promo discount 2. That highlights the two together, remove columns. How are we doing, guys?
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, what you can also do, if you don't like the order in which the columns are arranged, you can click on it and move it. See? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so stock comes before, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so the order doesn't really matter, right? Okay. Looking at it, at least from when we started till now, I mean, we've come somewhere, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
Good. So next thing, let's talk about the data types. So let's try and see whether, the data type that's been brought in by default and what we actually have in the table, whether it makes any sense. So let's start with something a bit intuitive. For example, you see the icons next to the column names, right? That actually tells you the kind of data type it is. So when you see ABC, that tells you it's a text data type for that column, right? So if you see something like revenue here, should that be text?
No, that should be like figures.
Okay, so for you to change the data type, there are so many different ways to do it, but the quickest ways are usually to right-click, change type. So for revenue, you can do decimal or fixed decimal. You don't want to do whole numbers because that will automatically, round the numbers for you. If you do fixed decimal, Power BI takes it to be four numbers. That's two decimal places. So it's typically good for currencies, anything that has to do with money. That's why I prefer fixed decimal to decimal. So let's do fixed decimal number.
Fixed decimal number.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Let's look at the stock. Let's look at the stock column. What should that be?
Number.
Number. Let's change type. Whole number, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's change that. Let's change that. Let's change that. How about the order ID? I think that should be whole number too, right?
Yes.
Okay, and if you don't like the way the columns are named, you can easily double click on it, right? And change it. Like I'm changing this right now. Okay. What else can we fix here, guys? How about price?
Right. Yeah, change that to fixed decimal as well.
Okay, but there's a learning point here. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that.
Fix decimal. It's using US.
Can you see the zebra lines under the column name?
Yes.
That's a flag that you have some sort of error going on there. We'll come to that later. Now, on the right of your screen, can everybody see this applied steps?
Yes.
So this is like Power BI's, what should I call it now? Like an undo button, right? You can actually go back to all the steps you've done, right? And edit them or remove them. So for example, if you've changed this price one now, you can see the dollar sign next to it, signifying some sort of currency, right? If you want to go back to the state where you were before, just go to this last step, change type 1. That's what it is for me. And click the X next to it. You can see it reverts back to the way it was. Have you done that?
Yeah. Oh, so we change it to currency type then.
Are we back to text for price?
Yes, yes.
Okay. The reason we had the errors there was because in the data file, there was NA, right? Can you see the NA here, row 60? And when you try to change that NA to a fixed decimal type, Power BI was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to actually replace the NAs with, obviously, maybe there's no information there, with zeros, right?
Okay.
Then from then, we can now take it to the fixed decimal type. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So let's right click on price
Okay.
and click on replace values. Can you see replace values?
Yes.
Okay. So what value are we trying to replace?
NA.
So type NA there. What are we replacing it with?
0.
0.
Okay, do that. Okay.
Done.
Done. Now right click and change the type to fixed decimal type.
Good.
Okay.
We're good. Okay. Very, very quickly, while I have your attention here, we're about to change this order date type to a date type. But before we do that, right? I want you to go to, let's close and apply. Can you see that here?
Yeah.
Just close and apply.
Close and apply. Okay.
Now go to File. Options and Settings. Options. Are we all on the same page?
We can see your screen.
Okay, but yeah, it's because I guess I'm going through multiple windows, so it might be a bit trickier here now. Let me see. Let me share that screen. Can you see it now, sir?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you all able to get here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Now let's go to regional settings. What do you have there? I have English United Kingdom. What do you guys have?
English United Kingdom.
Okay. Because sometimes when you download the Power BI software, it defaults sometimes to English United States. And that usually affects the date. You know, the way the Americans do their dates where the month comes before the day. So just to check that, you know, this is English United Kingdom. Once you have that, click OK, you're good to go. So we're back to this page now. Now, where is our file? I think if we click on Sales 2017, go to the home page, make sure you're on the home page. Then click on Transform Data. So we're going back to the query editor. Are we all back in the query editor?
You can see exactly what I can see exactly what you have on your screen.
Okay. Is everybody on that same page with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's right click on Order Date, change type to date.
Yes, sir.
Splendid. Now let's look at the
Yes, sir.
sales.
Your interface here is still with the viewed visual with your data.
Is
Your
what?
screen is not shared.
It hasn't
Viewed.
changed.
Your screen hasn't changed yet.
So we're not seeing the transform data part that yet. After the transform data is still showing.
Okay. Let's see that. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, I went to Order Date, you know, right clicked on it, change type, and I chose the date type. So basically on that change tab, you can actually see the different data types you have in Power BI. Have we all changed the order date?
Yeah.
Can I get another yes, please? Thank you very much. Okay, the sales column, right? What can we do to this column? Any ideas?
We can change it.
To what type, please?
You can make it all number and remove the sales after, so this because that's a combination of character and integer or something like that.
Splendid, splendid, splendid. So the very first thing we're going to do is actually to remove the sales, right? Then we'll be stuck hopefully with just the numbers. Then we can change it to the whole number type, right? So how do we do this? Right click. Let's try replace values, right? So what are we looking for in that column?
Sales.
Okay, that's a very good answer, but we are looking for something more in addition to sales, space and sales. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. Space and sales. What are we replacing it with?
Zero.
What?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly. So let's do an okay there. Let's go. Voila. Now we can change this data type to whole number. Is it making sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any other thing you think we can fix? I think for now, this looks pretty okay. Now, once you're happy with that, close and apply to leave the query editor. Are we all back here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, splendid. Okay, so we have our data set in the extreme right under the fields panel, sales 2017. Now, let's go to the 3 views we can get in Power BI. Come to your extreme left. Hover on that. This is report. This is where we build our visuals. This is the report view, right? Underneath that is the data view. Click on it. If you click on data, it basically shows you the table we've been working on, right? Then the last view is your relationship view, where if we have multiple tables in a model, it links it together. We see what is linked to what. So in this case, we have only one table, right? But you can see the sales table here, can't you?
Yes.
Good. So let's go back to the top, the report view. Very, 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 very quickly. Let's see if we can just get a visualization in right now. Go to your sales name, click on that arrow so you can see all the columns under that table.
I can't see what you're doing. You're probably showing the wrong screen.
Arrow down before the sale 2017 by your right.
By your right. Click on that arrow down so you can see all the columns on that table.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So very quickly, let's just get the what now? The total revenue, right? Now, mind you, we are in the report view. This is actually where we build all sorts of visualizations. Now, the visualizations available to us are shown here. So if you hover on them, you can see everything, your stack chart, your pie chart, your donut chart, your tables. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get a start bar chart in. Let's click on that, right? So intuitively, let's say we wanted to get the total revenue, right? You can do many things. You can drag revenue from here into your values, or you can drag it straight onto here, or you can even click it. Let's see what happens. Can you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so That's it, guys. We built our very first visuals, which actually tells us the total revenue, right?
Revenue.
Now, if you go to values here, can you see what I've just done here under revenues?
Yeah.
It defaults to sum. So sometimes maybe what you want is the average, not the sum, right? So click on average.
Did you
Change
change
it.
the average? Okay, yeah.
Right. Now, the learning point here is because we've taken the time to make it the right data type, we are getting values that make sense in quotes. For example, if we had stuck with the text data type, we won't be able to do any sum. We probably will be able to do something like a count, right? So this is our very first visualization, everybody. Now, moving forward very quickly, let's bring another table and try and see, if we can start linking things in. So from here on the Home tab, click on Get Data. We're bringing in a CSV file. Click on CSV. Now we're bringing the product hierarchy file in. Open. We might need some work, but not as much as the first one. Let's click on Transform Data. Is everybody in the query editor?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. So very, 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 very quickly, what's wrong? What can we do?
Apply change.
Apply change.
You change the first row to the header.
Fantastic. Let's do that, everybody. The first row. So use first row as headers. Click on that very quickly. Are we good?
No.
Okay.
All we can still see is the reports.
So we can't see the new. We can't see the new.
The new
data
transform, the new data you
transform data.
reported. Yep.
Okay. Let me share that again. Can you see that now?
Yeah, that's the new transfer. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I basically used the first row as header. That's the only step I've done. So if you look at my right, applied steps, that's the only thing I have done.
Sorry, can you remove that and do that again?
Okay, very good. Let's take that away. So this is what you should be seeing.
Yes.
So I just want to, what do I want to do? I want to use the first row as the header. Row 1, that should be my header. So click on that one.
Okay.
Are we all good? What's happening in the product brand column, guys?
There's a lot of spaces, some capital, some not capital.
Splendid. So let's fix that. Click on that column. Let's transform. Now, I'm going to use three buttons here to fix the issue you just highlighted. Trim. What does trim do? Click on trim and see what happens. Did you notice any changes?
Yes, it like pulled everything to the left, so it took away all the space.
So basically what trim does is it removes the dead space to the left and to the right of the text, not in the middle. As you can see, we still have issues in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So let's fix that. We've done the trim on it, right click, go to transform. Let's clean now. Let's clean. Click on clean. Is it looking better?
Yes. Yes.
Now, fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's fix our text format. Like some are, first letter in the words are caps. That seems to be the philosophy of that column. But the first three columns don't seem to have that going for them. So let's make it uniform, right? So the same thing, right click on it, go to transform, go to capitalize each word. Looking good?
Good, sir.
Okay. Very quickly, look at the very last column. It says category, then you have the sign, double of it, and subcategory.
Sorry, repeat that.
Go to the very last column.
Mhm.
Category, subcategory. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I think the data analyst, just jumbled everything together. That column could do this with a split. Does that make sense? Basically, I want to split that column into two.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so click on that. Now you can do your split here by splitting that, or you can do it here as well. There are two ways you can do it. But I like the right click format. So go to split column and by delimiter. Can you see that? Now the delimiter we have here is not a colon or comma or space, it's custom, right? So at each occurrence of that delimiter, I'm going to split it. So what is our delimiter here, guys?
Those two lines.
Okay, for completeness, it is space, those two, and another space. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, let's do that, everybody. Are we looking good?
Yeah.
Now let's rename the columns, please. Category. That one, and the last one is subcategory.
Sub.
Yeah.
At the split column by delimiter, I did that, but it didn't split for me. What did I do wrong?
Did you do space, double split, the double, I'm not sure what that sign is called actually. The double bars and another space.
Space, double bar.
And another space. That's what you are delimiting by at each occurrence.
It's called a pipe. The character is called
That's it. That's the word. That's the word. Thank you. Double
Okay.
pipe. Are you good now?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, just for completeness, right? Assume you wanted to do some further analysis, with the size of maybe the shipping box or something. Can you see that length, depth, width column, right? Let's split that into length, depth, and width. Does that make sense? So let's right click.
Okay.
Let's split by delimiter. In this case, you click on that, it's custom.
Custom, okay.
So we're doing a space, the X, and the space. Okay. Are we all right?
No. Space, X, then space.
Yeah, it's what you're seeing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, nice.
Now rename every column. The first is the length, the second one is the depth, and third is the width. Let's do that very quickly. Now, because we have done that, let's see what data types we can fix. Product ID, that's text, that's fine.
Sorry, would it be okay to put the unit as well? The unit for the length, depth, and width.
You can do whatever you want to do in your headers, sure you get. But again, for example, I think it was in centimeters.
Centimeter,
right?
Yes.
Now, maybe you want to convert it to inches. This is actually a good learning point for that. Click on length, right? Go to transform. Okay, before you can do that, let's change the data types for length, depth, and width. to what? Decimal number, because some are fixed and some are whole numbers, integers, right? So let's do decimal number for all of them. Decimal number. All done, guys?
No.
Yes, sir.
Splendid. Now, if you want to do some numerical operations, you know, it has to be in the right formats. For example, now this next step I'm going to show you, you can either watch me do it, then delete it. Right? Let's go. So for length, click on length, go to the transform tab, right? Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Transform, right? Can you see this place, the number column? Standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, assuming you want to do, say I wanted to convert this length in centimeters to inches to multiply everything in that column by 0.39, right? I'll do a multiply, 0.39, and okay. And every value in that column will change. Can you see that now?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to do that. So we want to keep it, you know, the way it was in CM. And like I said, you can do that. Obviously, it's good to title it, you know, very well. In fact, let's do that. Best practice. CM, right? CM. Okay, I think we're good for this table, right? So let's go to home. Let's go to the home tab. Let's close and apply. It will want to do a few things. I think my sharing stuff has. Can you see my screen now?
No. Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay. So are we all on this page?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we all on this page?
Engineer Lay.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I muted myself again. Just to make a point that it's 5 o'clock now. So with the agreement of the class, how many minutes do we agree to extend by? Let's all agree so that we want to keep to time. How long do you all agree we should extend by, please? Suggestion, just give us random numbers that we all.
Because we just started the new data. If we can add that to visualize, then maybe we can finish off.
So how many minutes? How many minutes? Just give us numbers.
1 hour.
I'm not,
Okay,
I'm not the engineer.
Yes, you are correct. 1 hour. Any other one?
No.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So we have 1 hour, we have 5 minutes. Any other one?
1 hour.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
1 hour. 1 hour.
Okay. Dr. Shola,
we'll go for 15 minutes, please. Let's go for 15 minutes.
Because to be fair, we actually use 15 minutes to introduce ourselves.
We'll go for 15 minutes because we can capture by time for introduction.
Okay. Let's bring this home, guys. We are back to the report view, right? And we now have, if you look on the fields table, we have 2 tables, right?
Yeah.
The product hierarchy table and the sales table. Let's now go to the relationship tab to see what this model looks like. So click on that. Can you see this 2? Can everybody see these 2 tables in the model view?
Yes.
Can you see that? Can you see that line linking the 2 of them?
Yes.
Okay. What we should have done really was to go into the settings to actually, you know, make sure Power BI didn't do this for you automatically. But the learning point here is Power BI can see a column of the same name in the 2 tables. So if you click on that line, you see product ID is highlighted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yes.
And you can see on one table, it has 1. On the other one, it has a star. Right?
Yeah.
So the star stands for many. So it means there is a one-to-many relationship. And there's an arrow which is showing you the filter direction. We'll get into that in the next class. But there is a link. That is what is going on. If, for example, my settings didn't have Power BI pick this up automatically, I can do it manually as well. So you don't need to do this. Assuming I delete the relationship, right? I can manually say, okay, product ID here. Just drop it on product ID here, and it's back. Did you catch that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. So we have a link. Because we have a link now, what that means is we can find aggregates of variables in both tables. For example, in our sales table, we can find revenue, sales number, price, right? But in this other table, we can find the product ID, the product brand. So it means we can actually, filter in a direction. Let's bring that home with, go back to the report view, right? Expand, go on the right, on the fields view, expand both of them. So you see all the columns you have. So let's bring in a visualization. Let's start with a table, right? This is the table. Can everybody see the table?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
just so anytime you're in the report view, right? If I click table now, and this one is highlighted, it's going to change it to a table. So like this, but that's not what I want, right? I want a separate table elsewhere. So click here outside it, then click on table. So it gives me a new one. Does that make sense? Okay, so what can we do here? Let's have a product brand. You can drag and drop it here. That's product brand. And let's see the revenue. Drag it to that same table. Can you all see that? Are we all on the same page?
Yes.
Now, maybe this is not intuitive enough, right?
Yes,
While this is still being highlighted, we can change that to say start bar chart. So while this is being highlighted, click on the start bar chart.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And if you don't like that visualization, while that is highlighted, you can click around and see, the ones that make sense. I mean, depending on who your audience are and what you want to do. So we have successfully, linked two tables and gotten data that meets a purpose.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there a way you can add the figures to the tips of the horizontal?
In fact, yeah. In fact, if you actually click, is that like what's it called? What for that? Is that like spark lines?
Yeah, something like to the tip of the table. Let's say
You want to do like a label, a bubble label.
yeah,
Yes.
something like a label.
Yes.
Showing the figures at the end of the horizontal.
Yeah. They actually call them spark lines.
Okay.
Again,
Sorry.
obviously, you can see from this visualization, it might not make sense just because it's just a lot, right?
Yeah, because the audience you are talking to may not be so much into figures, but once they can see the lines and the figures, it's
You are spot on. Yes. Yeah. You're spot on. Maybe we should change the product brand to maybe subcategory. Maybe we'll have fewer options there. So you see where this product brand is? I can X that, remove that, and bring in subcategory there. Doesn't make a lot of difference, does it? Or maybe I should let me do category instead. Yes, I think we have fewer categories now. Obviously, like Excel, if you go into the format tab, right, You can slice and dice, you know, the labeling, you know, you can put your titling, fonts and all of that stuff, colors and all
Can you
that
change
stuff.
the colors?
Oh, yes, you can. But for the purpose of this course, you know, let's get the basics in. Then we can do the stylizing, you know, much later, or you can do that on your own. We have 7 minutes more. I'd like to get in the third table so we can wrap it up. Is everybody clear up to this point?
I think.
Any question?
Yes.
Okay, very quickly. Let's go to transform data. Are we here?
Transform data.
The screen is still on the report view.
Yeah, I see you. But can you click on transform data, please? Are we on this page now?
How do you exit back to this from that diagram, the graph one?
There's transform data on the top that you click on.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, so you're here now. Is everybody here now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the third table in very, very quickly. Click on new source here. Text CSV. Let's get the store location CSV in. Let's do okay. Is everybody here?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, all data cleaning experts now. Let's get on with it. Use the first row as the header, right? Then split column, what is currently column 5, into state, abbreviation, state, then city. Also split the last column, the latitude and longitudinal longitudinal column, into latitude for one and longitudinal for one. So we have 2 minutes to do that. So I'm first of all going to use the first row as a header, right? I'm going to split the state by delimiter, and I'm using space dash space. Okay. And I'm changing the name of the new ones to state abbreviation state. Let's call this city. I'm also
sorry.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm on the right track.
I'm also splitting the lat/long into separate columns as well by delimiter. You need to be careful with this one because sometimes there's usually a space. So make sure you clear this this space properly. So this now we do space, this and that. Okay, so I've splitted this into my lat and my long. Okay. Are we doing good so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very, very quickly, let's fix this store size. You can see that we have some in M squared, we have some in QM. For the sake of this exercise, let's assume the units, let's assume the numbers. The numbers are, I mean, they make sense, right? They make sense. We just want to remove the M squared and the QM, so we have only numbers here. So how can we do that? For the store size.
Replace
Let me
replace by.
Okay.
You can split the columns and delete the one with the string.
Okay, that's a good way to do it. You get two columns, right? 19 in one and the units in the other. Then you just delete the units, right? That makes sense. Another way to do it, click on that store size, go to transform. Are you there? Then click on extract. Then you can actually do text before delimiter. So that will just take anything before the space. Does that make sense?
No, can you go over that, please?
Okay.
Extract.
Click on the column, go to transform, then you see the extract button. Text before delimiter. And what's your delimiter in this case? It's just the space, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now very, very quickly, let's just change the data type to what? Whole number. That's okay. Let's change our lat and long to decimal number. Decimal number. We're good with that. Is everybody on that page? We have 1 more minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
We assume the store size is taking a meter square the unit. Maybe you want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was the assumption. And the way we've also done it, in case there was a very large store that had 3, maybe like 120, because we did the space before the limiter, it will capture that as well. So let's go back to the home tab, close and apply. Okay, I need to reshare that. Now let's go to the model tab. Let's see what we have. How many tables do we have?
3.
Good. Now, you can drag it around, do it the way I'm doing it, that. Again, you can see it has created a link via the store ID. This is the product ID for this one. For this one, it is via the store ID. If you scroll down, you can see that. Do we all have this?
Yes.
Okay, now let's make our final report. You can reduce the size of this. Let's say we want to find how much the city of Dallas made as a revenue. Dallas is under the city column in the store location table, and our revenue is in the sales, right? So click here, let's get a table. Let's drag in, this is store location under here. So let's say city. Let me bring the city there. Then let me see the revenue. That doesn't look right. Don't summarize. Okay. Okay, I have a table here. And let me change that table to a bar chart. Where am I in city? Oh, city. Sorry, let's make it states, please. Let's make it states, not city. The numbers are more, they make more sense there. Let's make it state. There you go. Let's make it state. So can somebody tell me how much Texas made revenue?
About 3.5K.
I have 3,610.96.
Yeah, 3.6.
All right, guys. Was everybody able to get to this stage?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can save this file as a PBIX in a folder. Day one. Let me save that. Where are we? That was the plan for today, and looks like we achieved that. The only other point I wanted to mention was the something called the star schema format, which is the way tables are organized. Any questions?
No, we need to practice.
Oh yeah, I mean, feel free to, you can get all sorts of, insights, from this, as you can see. So you can do the number of orders, you can do a line graph with the order dates, to see how the price was trending. You can pretty much, it's pretty much limited to how intuitive you are. You can see what stores, made this higher sales and stuff. In the next class, what we're actually going to do is we're going to bring the sales data from 2 additional years. And we're going to discuss how we can actually merge or append tables from different years, just in case you now want to compare things, year on year, quarter on quarter, same period last year. Typically what, salespeople, are looking for. You can see the advantage of using a dual monitor for this course, right?
Yes.
So that's it. I mean, I'll take any questions if Dr. Shola wants to give us a refreshment or something.
All right.
Thank you very much, Brother Leye. God bless you.
All
grace in Jesus' name unto you.
Thank God. Thank God, Pastor Jide.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please, can we have the recording, please?
You can stop sharing now. So.
Oh, okay. Let me stop sharing. As you can see, I mean, I went straight into the heart of it just to make you guys see that, it's really like Excel, really, I mean, we can spend the whole day just discussing the different tabs and stuff, but at least we're able to, bring in data, do some cleanup, and actually get some visualizations, right? Now, the next stage, the next class will now be, okay, how do we link this, visualizations, multi-page reports? How is that done? How do we do calculations on the fly? Things like that, So that's me. Dr. Shola, take over, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I must say that I hope that you've seen value in this 1 hour, that 1 hour over that you have been with us. Thank you, Engineer Leye, for that. And I think with all my own small experience, this 1 hour has turned each and every one of us on this call now to Power BI gurus, isn't it?
I won't use the word guru, but
we're getting there.
But at least
you can use it.
But the fact that now, even if you go for an interview, you can do something. You can clean the data. You can do something and show what you. So thank you so much for that practical and very useful session. So we'll see you again, God willing, next week, Saturday at 4 o'clock. Now, like I mentioned earlier at the beginning about the recording, as an institution, we'll look at that based on what the institution or what the organization thinks, and we'll get back to that. But thank you so much, everyone who has been here today. Please, for the delay in getting the materials or the link, we are very sorry. We know that next week we'll make things, it will be more better. I have 2 hands, Abkat and Mohammed. So let me go. Abkat came first, so let me take you first.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, my name, I wouldn't know why the outskirts is. It's like something I've registered before, but my name is Tawawa. I'm in Aberdeen, Scotland.
Okay, Tawawa. Hey, how are you?
Tawawa. Well done. So I came late because I was struggling to log in, not until one friend, Igwe Adibe, sent me, say I should bring my email. Then you sent me the Zoom now. So I've just joined. So I wouldn't know if I can gain from other cities, or is there any sort of recap of what has happened?
We would look into that, Tawawa. We will look into that.
Because I completely don't understand what it means, but I know it's about some IT stuff, right?
Yeah. I will speak to you later. At least I since you've mentioned Tawawa, I know who it is who I'm speaking with.
I don't know you.
You forgot him. We met at the library.
Okay. Okay, my man. We are in the same zone, eh? Thank you.
So we'll speak. Mohammed came first before Seubo. Yep.
Yes, sir. I don't know how again. How are we going to get an update again for the next class, sir?
Well, it's in the email. I sent an email yesterday evening to everyone that registered. So it means we just need to be checking our emails. Checking our email. Apologies to those who registered today, who registered till around 2 o'clock. Some people registered. The last person that registered at 1:34 today or 2. So apologies to them. They're the ones that 1:05. They're the ones that didn't get things on time. So hopefully, since we are all registered, we'll send the email out. So check your email. Like somebody, we send the link to somebody. It went to the spam box. Check your spam box to ensure that you get everything. So we'll look into the issue of recording and whatnot, and we'll let us know. Let's take.
Thank you very much.
Now, thank you, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Thanks for setting this up, Dr. Shola, and thanks, Olaye, for the training provided so far. Just a quick clarity from me, because I don't think I've seen the end-to-end details of the agenda of the training or the models. But will the training cover gateway setup, refreshes, paginated reporting, things like that?
Well, if you look at the flyer says introduction. And we don't want to, we want to manage expectations. Right. So we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, and then we find ourselves in a very serious, precarious problem. However, you would agree with me that even today's 1-hour session has been quite very spot on with our teacher, very clear. It has taken all of us along that line. So maybe outwith of this session, after the introduction session, you can see our facilitator, and maybe he might be able to maybe do something and support in that regard. Now, I know we've advertised that it's going to be first 3 Saturdays in January. Let's see how it goes at the end of January. Let's see where we find ourselves. There's still possibility. Nothing is impossible. So let's see with the time of our facilitator, perhaps we might be able to do 1 more Saturday, but we're not promising. We are still working based on January now and see how it goes. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Yes, so let's just go back home and practice and utilize these things, and we could see all of us getting this skill, using it to add value in our organizations, beginning to step up and push yourself and begin to apply it. Myself, by the time I begin to get this aspect, anywhere you go now, you begin to see data everywhere you go. Everything now, you see data, everything, anywhere you go. So please, it's very important that we practice, and so that next week we'll be able to add on. So thank you so much again, Engineer Leye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the time. So we'll see you again next week. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Engineer, thank you, sir.